I always enjoyed painting and drawing as a kid. It came very naturally to me, but I wanted to be an actress. So that's what I pursued. As a career choice, I thought it would be better because there was somebody to direct you, there was someone to write the roles, and I didn't trust my own imagination. I guess the irony is that later on, when I got thrown back into painting again, I realized I like this because I can have my own ideas. I always painted, but marriage happened and kids came, and I didn't make it my career. But then, almost 3 years ago, my husband was driving home and we got a knock on the door. They said, you have to get to the hospital right away, it's really bad. He had a brain injury that made it so that he couldn't really remember us. And he never came home again after that. In that period, we relied on art. I really found that painting had been there for me all along. Now that I'm on this other end of it, I'm thinking, okay, what was it that kept me going? It was inspiration. All right, what's inspiration? What's inspiring? And I talked to somebody who was really inspired by Eleanor Roosevelt. And she just lit up when she would talk about her. I'm like, I think I'm gonna paint Eleanor Roosevelt. So I painted her, and suddenly I imagined, what if I painted other ladies too? And again, it was just going to be something for me, something to kind of work out my grief, keep myself busy while I was figuring out what I was going to do next. And then it just got out of control. And as I learned about their stories, I felt so empowered. I felt like these are people who overcame great adversity. They did so much good. Harriet Tubman, for example, she freed 1,000 slaves, and she was brain injured as a little girl, and so that affected me because I knew about brain injury. And I thought, how amazing for someone to overcome something like that and then be able to be so brave. There are times where I feel scared. Like, what am I doing? I've got to support this family, and this is what I'm making my job. But I hear them telling me to persist, and I agree. I agree with them. I'm like, you're right, I can do this. And so instead of tearing myself down like I normally would do in the past, my old self always being like, I'm not good enough, I'm not this enough, I allow them to lift me up. And also, I want to share these stories with my daughter. I want to teach her that there's these mentors for you too. They're for all of us. And so I feel like by telling these stories, it's a reminder that you have this power in you too. There's so much more available to us than what we see and who we see. We have the great cloud of witnesses always around, waiting for us to ask some questions.